Welcome back to Real Estate Radio with Damon Gettier of Damon Gettier and Associates Realtors, powered by Real. Damon, by the way, if you want to reach Damon and his crew, go to listwithdamon.com. That's listwithdamon.com. Still buying homes?
Still buying homes.
Still making cash offers on homes?
Absolutely.
Any of the above? Still got your 14-day guarantee?
Yes, sir.
All right. The 14-day guarantee, by the way, is when Damon lists your home, if he doesn't get it under contract within 14 days, he sells it for free. That is no commission to Damon. We were talking about that this morning. Zach and I were. Have you ever come across that? Have you ever not taken a commission?
Mm-hmm. One time in Floyd.
One time in Floyd. And you're like, that'll never happen again. I'm getting this sucker sold.
That happens.
Was it an impossible scenario, or?
No, it just didn't happen. It was back when the market was much tougher than it is now, and it just didn't happen.
Well, we were talking about your agents. Let's get back to your agents, because the average agent, didn't you tell me the average agent sells like 5 homes a year or
just
something?
A little bit less than 5 houses a year.
And your agents were selling out of 46 weeks, 46 homes, like one a week?
Yeah, I've got 4 agents right now that are averaging about 1 a week.
1 per week for the year.
Yes.
So, and by the way, congratulations. You just got some new accolades. You just got some new kudos, didn't you?
I did.
You want to brag on your team for a minute?
We've been top 25 in Real since we joined Real 2 years ago. Nationwide. Yep. Actually, U.S. and Canada. And we just cracked the top 20. So in little old Southwest Virginia, we're top 20 of all of Real.
And from what I understand, back when you were top 25, it was a smaller universe.
Correct. Yeah. The
Real continues to grow.
Yeah, it's doubled in size since we joined, and we went up in the rankings, which is pretty remarkable.
That's pretty awesome. So tell me about your agents. What are your expectations for your agents? I know you said they needed to be trustworthy, they need to be reliable. What about from a client standpoint? What are your expectations for if you've got someone who wants to list or sell a home? Tell me about like your expectations for communication with them, their availability. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So we rank everybody we're working with. We rank. I'm going to use rank for lack of a better word as an A, B, or C. Okay.
Agents, you mean?
No, clients.
Clients.
Okay.
Okay.
A, B's, or C's.
Okay.
And that has nothing to do with their quality. It has to do with their timeline.
Okay.
So an A client, let's talk buy side. A client's buying the next 30, 60 days. They're buying.
Quick.
They have a motivation. They have a timeline. They're buying the next 30 to 60
you need
days.
to get them taken care of now.
So those people we talk to at least once or twice a week. At least once or twice a week.
That's an expectation for you, for your agent.
That's a requirement.
Oh, okay.
That's a requirement. If they're an A, they have to be talked to once or twice a week, minimum. And that kind of depends on, like, if they're buying 60 days out, calling them every day is a little bit awkward. But if they're buying the next 30 days, they probably should be talking to them daily. Okay. A B lead is someone that's buying, more than 60 days, but less than 6 months. Okay. That's a B lead. Like, they're not there yet, but they're getting there. And they have to be called. If you look at a calendar, any week that has an 8 and a 22 in it, they got to be called those weeks. So if the calendar, if there's an 8 in that week, sometime during that week, they have to call that lead, and then the same thing with the week that has a 22 in it. C lead is they're buying a house. They're just not buying it within 6 months. And so we want to follow up with them. We want to keep track of them. We want to stay in touch with them, but we don't want to wear them out. So we call them every week that has a 15 in it. So no matter where in the week the 15 is, when you see 15 in the line, you have to call them that week.
Okay.
And it's just a system that we've used for 10 plus years.
I mean, the 15th of the month. The 15th of the month.
That week.
That if there's a 15 in the week?
Yeah.
Why am I thinking about this? I'm not understanding.
When you look at a calendar,
yeah,
no matter where that 15 is, whether it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
The 15th of the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
That week.
That week.
Like if it's on Saturday, you better start calling them on Monday.
Got it. Understood.
Okay. You don't say Saturday and call them the next week because now you're a week late.
Got it.
Okay. And it's just a system we've used for 10 plus years. It's worked really well to stay in touch with people. On the listing side, if we have your house listed, I expect you to be called every week. Like every Monday, exceptions being holidays, but outside of that, then I expect my listing agents to call you every Monday and go over any feedback from the weekend, go over any activity, and then, discuss, what the plan is for that week and go forward.
Picking on John Smith, because I'm sure there's a John Smith potentially listening right now, but if John Smith calls your agent on a Saturday afternoon, do you expect your agent to pick up?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know you take weekends off. You're like, I'm all about family. I've got agents who work for me. Leave me alone on the weekends.
Yeah, I expect them to pick up. Do I expect them to handle it? Depends what it is. Depends what it is. But we also set expectations with people. Like, on the list side, if we're not actively negotiating a contract, we need to keep it during business hours, which business hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And, and some people are like, well, why can't I call you at 9 o'clock at night? Do you call your lawyer at 9 o'clock at night? Do you call your accountant at 9 o'clock at night? Do you call DMV at 9 o'clock at night? Do you call your dentist at 9 o'clock at night? I can go on and on. Like, businesses handle business during business hours. And so unless it's negotiating a contract, we expect business to be handled during business hours. Now, negotiating a contract, we're all on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, not 24 hours a day. We're not doing it like wee hours of the morning, but I mean, like, we negotiate contracts 10, 11 o'clock at night. But if it's like, hey, I saw this picture needs to be changed, or, can we talk about price reductions? Those conversations happen during business hours.
Do you have an open door policy with your agents?
We have an open door policy, period. Like, there are no closed doors in our office ever, period.
I've been to your office back in the day when I used to get invited to your Christmas parties. Mm-hmm. It's everybody seems comfortable in your office. There seems to be kind of a positivity floating around in your office. Do you feel that?
Yeah, there is. But I'll tell you, so the open door policy, back in the day, I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years, and you learn stuff over 25 years. We learned that behind closed doors, there's affairs and stuff like that. And so, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago,
people have affairs?
Yeah, they
if
do.
Doors are closed, things are happening.
If doors are closed, some are happening that shouldn't be happening.
Okay, gotcha.
And we learned that there's nothing in this industry that needs to happen behind a closed door. And, the problem is when you have an affair in an office, you don't lose two people, you lose two people, and then you lose their friend group also. And it can wreck a company. And so we just, probably about 10, maybe 12 years ago, we just went to an open door policy, which doors stay open. Like, there's never closed doors in our office. So, but I know what you're talking about, open door policy with me. I spend a good amount of time with so we have, in any company, in any industry, you have the 80-20 rule, and with mine, it's probably
the Pareto principle. 80% of your business comes from 20% of your clients.
Yeah, and with me, it's probably a 70-30, really. Like 30% of my agents produce most of the business, and I spend the majority of my time with those people. And those people, when they need me, they have me. They know they have me on speed dial, and they know, like, no matter what I do, even if I go out of town, like, I go on hunting trips and whatnot, I take Starlink with me. There's never a time I don't have cell service. Never. Like, I have cell service, and I don't go places that if a Starlink won't work, I'm not going. And it's because if they need me, I'm available to them. And then the others, the ones that, let me go back a second. So we're going deep down this hole. But anyway,
let's do it.
Fine.
Let's go all the way down.
This is what you have to understand about people. So for the longest time, Dawn, my sales manager, and I, we would try to motivate people. And then, the NoX.
Yeah.
So Rachel posted something on Facebook.
This is another real estate agent out on the market, by the way.
Correct. Yeah, they're over on the West Coast. And she posted something on Facebook. And when I read it, I knew what it meant. And the more I thought about it, the more it's just a gut punch. And it was something, I'm not going to get the exact quote, but it's the potential you see in someone is what you would do with their skill set in their situation. You're not them.
Yeah, that's heavy.
It is. And the more you think about it, like, because Dawn and I would hire somebody, and we see all this potential. Oh my God, this person's just got it all. And they do nothing with it. Nothing. Like nothing. You can't make somebody want something they don't want. And it took a long, long, long time to realize that you can't make somebody want what they don't want. And I'll say it now because they're out of the market. I hired a guy in Lynchburg, great guy, lawyer. And, we all think lawyer makes good money. That's what we think. And so this guy, he's plugging along. He's doing okay. And we're trying to get him to do more because he's capable of doing more. We see the potential. Lawyer. And finally we sit him down. And we're like, hey, how much do you want to make? Like, what do you want to make? And he's like, well, my wife's a school teacher. She's got a pretty good job. She makes $40,000 a year. So as long as I make about 30, I'm okay.
Oh.
That's kind of what I said. I was like, huh? And he was going to make $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
And then
once he
out.
got to that point,
he taps out.
I'm done.
He taps out. And so saying that now we have to, because in an interview, if I ask somebody what they want to make 100%, no, I don't say 100% of the time. If I ask 100 people what they want to make, 98 of them are going to say $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
2 will say more.
Those are the attorneys in the office.
But everybody else is going to say $100,000.
Yeah.
Every other one's going to say $100,000. That's been that way for for 20 years. And the problem is that you asking that question, them answering that question means nothing. It was like two people at meeting at a bar trying to date. They're both lying to each other, okay? Because that number means nothing.
Yeah.
It's what they're willing to do once you give them the tools. We've given people the tools and they've never even opened the tool chest. They've never even opened it. But they said they want to make $100,000 a year. Well, you can't because you haven't opened the tool chest, you know? And so like every real estate company, we have some agents that I've got 4 or 5 agents that are probably been with me 3 or 4 years, never sold a house. I've got my core agents that are just ballers. Now, if someone's listening, they're like, oh my God, what if I call in and get one of the agents that's not a baller? You're not, because, and you know this because we talk all the time, the ones that aren't ballers, they don't get the leads. The leads being consumers. The consumers get directed to the ones that are involved in the business that
are going to super serve your client.
Yeah. I mean, if they're not going to serve my client, like the ones that don't plug in, they get to deal with their friends and family.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's who they deal with is their sphere. And they're the ones that contribute to that average agent selling 5 houses a year. You know, my core agents, the ones that we talk about, the full-time agents, the ones that are plugged in, those are the ones that get to serve my clients.
You talk about the toolbox and giving tools. You also have constant communication. I think that's part of the tools because I know you have weekly meetings because I know to stay away from you on, is it Tuesdays?
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, Tuesdays. I know not to bother Damon because he is meeting with his staff and you take that very seriously.
Yep. So we do sales meeting every Tuesday. We do 2 sales meetings. We do a listing sales meeting, then we do a general sales meeting every Tuesday. And then we do, Dawn, my sales manager, does an 11 o'clock call Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
One-on-ones?
No, it's a group.
Team?
It's a group with, you know, all but my probably top 5 agents. My top 5 agents, they deal with me generally, and they're good enough that we leave them alone until they need help.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they come to the sales meetings, they plug into
That's
the
good.
sales
You don't
meetings, all that.
Micromanage them. Let them do
Don't
what they're good at.
micromanage them. We give them the tools. Like, here's the tools. If you have any questions, let us know. But they were raised in the system. And what I mean by raised in the system is they started at ground zero and they've built their way up to, I mean, if they're doing 40 plus sales a year, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They call when they need help. They call when they need a push. They call when they need assistance. You know, they reach out. They stop by the office, but we don't micromanage them.
Those are your Pareto principle people.
Yep.
70% of your business comes from them.
Correct.
The 30% of your... Yep. Listwithdamon.com. That's how you reach Damon Gettier and his crackpot crew of agents. Is that a good term? Crackpot's a good thing, right?
Crackpot's good.
Okay.
Crack pipe's bad.
Crack pipe is good. No, yeah, we're not saying crack pipe. We're saying
Yeah.
crackpot.
Enunciate crackpot.
Crackpot team
Agents.
of agents. Listwithdamon.com. Only you, man. That's listwithdamon, DAMON.com.